A good evening to you all, and thank you very much for joining us here on Rwanda Television News. We do hope you had yourselves a very productive Thursday. Now, here's a sneak peek at our edition tonight. President Paul Kagame discussed Rwanda's socio-economic transformation journey, emphasizing the key factors that contributed to the country's progress. This Thursday, Uvu Bio launched a state-of-the-art bioeconomy hub at University of Rwanda College of Science and Technology to provide entrepreneurs and researchers with access to high-end biotech equipment and resources. We are glad to have your company coming to you straight from the heart of Africa, Kigali. My name is Martina Avera. As we kick things off, let us inform you that President Paul Kagame discussed Rwanda's socio-economic transformation journey, emphasizing the key factors that contributed to the country's progress. This was reiterated at the 11th Annual Asia Summit 2024, taking place in Singapore. We have this report courtesy of Adam Squizera.
Our next speaker is President Paul Kagame of Rwanda.
President Paul Kagame reiterated Rwanda's socio-economic transformation journey, highlighting efforts in creating an enabling business environment, electrifying progress and promoting gender equality as part of a fireside chat at the Milken Asia Summit in Singapore that was moderated by Richard Detizio, the Milken Institute CEO. President Paul Kagame pointed out most important factors that have been in Rwanda's ascendancy as a place of doing business and an open environment of investment opportunities.
We have had a tragic history. Rwanda has had that, but we have left that behind us, and for us to be moving forward successfully, we had to make choices. Policy choices, if you will. But it starts with mobilizing everybody in the country to understand why some of those choices are the ones we have to adopt. And one of the things we had to do was to look at, things can't just be addressed through or by politics. Politics is a very good thing, but in as far as politics allows the right environment for other things to happen. And that's how we came to embrace doing business and attracting investment and things all around that.
Using a profound example of Rwanda's tragic history, President Kagame has demonstrated lessons that Rwandans learned from that history, starting from his personal experience.
Rwanda has gone through many difficulties, and at a personal level, by the way, my family became refugees when I was 4 years old, and stayed in a refugee camp for slightly over 2 decades. The lesson that comes from that, then later on, of course, the history, lessons of our own tragic 1994 genocide. Because of the division that was there, that people should. But the reasons, the lessons from that, and which shaped me or informed me, and many others. It's not just me. There are many others. In a situation like that, every individual, in a way, you have to make personal, even, or informed decisions. Either you give up and break, and that's the end of you, or you make the choice of saying, I'm going to stand up to this. I'm going to give it a fight that I have in me to survive and maybe to make progress.
Of Rwanda has been the speed of electrification. So I was just looking in 2000.
In this fireside chat, the discussion centered on Rwanda's impressive development journey, particularly in the infrastructure sector. One key question raised by Richard Ditizio focused on how Rwanda managed to accelerate electricity supply from 6% in 2009 to an impressive 73%. President Kagame responded to this question by emphasizing the significant role of government investment in energy infrastructure as a key driver behind the rapid expansion of electricity supply in Rwanda. He also highlighted the importance of developing the skills of Rwandan citizens, which has been essential in effectively implementing these energy projects.
In all this, we found energy infrastructure is very important. It enables everything else to happen. Businesses need energy of all kinds. That technology we're talking about requires energy and so on and so forth. So the financing of that came from government, from partners. We have partners in development who have asked us to indicate our priorities. And this has attracted a lot of investments in the sense that because of what we earlier talked about, we have created a predictable environment. When people put their money in Rwanda, the expected returns actually happen, and then sometimes even exceed what people were expecting. So that attracts more partnership and more flow of investments.
The head of state also emphasized his deep hope for the youth as the future of Rwanda.
I'm looking at the progress being made. I think there's a bright future, and wish prosperity to all our people. And looking at the progress made year in, year out, I think it is achievable, much as it is easy to destroy human beings when they. In our case, our history really gives two lessons. One is what human beings can do that is terrible, including self-destruction. But also there is another side when we recover from all this, that human beings actually have in them the better side that can also move them to a good future that they actually deserve.
The head of state also discussed on the role of justice sector and the promotion of gender equality as well. Apart from this 11th Annual Milken Asia Summit 2024, President Kagame is also expected to meet his counterpart, Tharman Shanmugaratnam, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Lawrence Wong, and will also be hosted by Senior Minister Lehi Shenlong. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Adams, for that report. Former Speaker of the Rwandan Parliament, Donatille Mukabalisa, and Hadija Ndangizamurangwa, who was a senator, were elected on Thursday as senators representing the National Consultative Forum of Political Organizations. We have this report with Prince Manzi.
On consensus, members of the National Consultative Forum of Political Organizations designated Donatille Mukabalisa, former Speaker of the Parliament and a member of the Liberal Party PL, and Hadija Ndangizamurangwa, who was a senator in the previous mandate and a member of the Adio Democratic Party PDI. These are two of the 4 senators provided by the forum, as the constitution states. This is as Senators Clotilde Mukakarangwa and Alexis Mugisha are set to conclude their term next year. The former spokesperson of the National Consultative Forum of Political Organizations, NFPO, Abbas Mukama, elaborates on why the senators from the forum are elected specially.
We
elect, but the Supreme Court approves or disapproves them. But with the experience they have, we believe that there will not be an issue, but that's the Supreme Court to decide. Here in a forum, we are politicians, and the law gives us the freedom to choose the way we feel is better to conduct our elections. And as you saw, it was consensual. And it is good in politics to vote in such a way, because we are different political parties and we vote the qualified. And when one goes in the Senate, he or she represents the forum. And we find it okay for the elections to have been conducted through consensus. It is expected that in not later than 3 days, a list of candidates representing the forum in the Senate will be presented to the Supreme Court, and this court will approve them after an enclosed revision done by at least 2/3 of the judges of the Supreme Court. The National Consultative Forum of Political Organizations, NFPO, also elected new leaders, with Alphonse Ngobana of the Prosperity and Solidarity Party as the new spokesperson, and Clementine Wittige of the Rwanda Socialist Party as the deputy spokesperson. Both leaders will serve a 6-month mandate. Ngobana takes over from Abbas Mukama of the Ideal Democratic Party, and Wittige replaces Belino Ineza, who is from RPF Inkotanyi.
Experts are gathered here in Kigali for the second international conference on technological advancement in embedded and mobile systems, and have noted that such technology can greatly help the African continent in its endeavor for accelerated development, which is why they are urging the concerned authorities to exploit the great opportunities mobile systems offer.
The main challenge which affects the people, number one, is the cost of the devices. Number two is the cost of the bundle, because they have to purchase a bundle. And also number three is about the power. Because especially in rural areas, the power is not stable. And also the development of the internet, the coverage is a bit poor. And those people there, they don't have enough money to purchase a smartphone.
And we are very happy as UTABA and Rwanda to host this second edition. And firstly, it's to understand the role of technology in sustainable development. And secondly, how collaboration between East African universities and centers could help in the development of our countries. So from the embedded and mobile systems, which is a very good program to understand which could be, for example, the deep role of computer, for example, the deep role of different applications in communication, in transportation. And today we are very happy that our university and Rwanda host this event.
Officials from Rwanda's Ministry of Education present reiterated the government's commitment to promoting the use of technology, especially in the education sector. The 2-day gathering is connecting industry experts, fostering informative sessions, and helping participants to experience the latest advancements in embedded and mobile systems. This Thursday, Uvu Bio launched a state-of-the-art bioeconomy hub at University of Rwanda College of Science and Technology to provide entrepreneurs and researchers with access to high-end biotech equipment and resources. William Evans Mutabazi and Innocent have the report.
Uvu Bio, created in 2019 as a biotech incubator, has grown ever since then to include skills development, to address the huge need for upskilling youths to take up jobs in the biotech sector. The business has today launched its second bioeconomy hub in Kigali at the University of Rwanda College of Science and Technology.
Uvu Bio Rwandan Bioeconomy Hub is here to create an ecosystem that thrives and supports the bioeconomy through creating jobs, stimulating economic growth, and generally improving the well-being of Rwandan citizens. A critical component that we will include in our programs is how do we help translate indigenous knowledge. And what we're planning to do through some of our entrepreneurial development programs is to take the indigenous knowledge, help the indigenous knowledge holder to put the necessary science and analytical precision behind those products so that they can take it to the market and demonstrate that it works scientifically.
This collaborative space was launched by Minister of State for Education, Honorable Claudette Irere, who in her remarks said that this hub is designed to foster innovation and accelerate the development of groundbreaking solutions in Rwanda.
Iyi rero ubu bioeconomy hub ifitemo ibyo bice bibiri, ifitemo.
This bioeconomy hub will consist of two parts. The first part is to train and skill, and the second part is support entrepreneurs in biotechnology as a space for innovation. We are used to hubs being a thing in the ICT sector and innovations. Today, this has been launched, even biotechnology, for support biotechnology students and enthusiasts.
German Ambassador, Her Excellence Hayek Detman, applauded Rwandan government for learning from the imbalances experienced during the COVID-19 pandemic by taking the initiative to develop the pharmaceutical sector and giving young people an opportunity to be actively involved in solution creation.
Rwanda is doing great and is working fast and is very ambitious. We all believe, like Rwanda, that it's important to give opportunities for the young generation and to help them to gain skills and to experience things beyond the classroom.
The first cohort of 25 students will begin their training on Monday 23rd, and although the hub is located in the University of Rwanda, it is open to all Rwandans interested in biotechnology. William Evans, Mutabazi, RTV News.
Gynecologists and health specialists point out that there shouldn't be mothers losing their lives while giving birth or even after. Medical technology can be one of the key factors that will be applied in reducing maternal mortality. Enoa Gladys has the report.
One of the key topics that will be discussed on this 10th Conference of Gynecologists and Obstetricians is trying to find a solution in reducing child and mother mortality. Dr. Victor Ndichunguye Mivumbi is the president of Rwanda Society of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. He talks about some specific topics that will be discussed about in this conference, mostly concerning technology.
This is the Rwanda Society annual scientific conference, which happens on an annual basis, and then this is the 10th with the theme of empowering health workforce to drive the progress of women's health. That's the theme of the conference. And then it's going to happen for 2 days, starting today. So currently, the Rwanda has made a significant reduction of maternal mortality, but again, we still have women who are dying while giving birth. And then we know those maternal mortality, some of the cases could be preventable if we could provide the quality of services by health workforce. So therefore, in 2 days, we're expecting to have those insights from different partners, participants, and the speakers to put together a call for action to end preventable maternal mortality.
Dr. Victor moves on by explaining that basically this conference will be discussing about bringing more technology in taking care of lives of pregnant women and their unborn babies.
Basically, we will be sharing different experiences. And in terms of technology, we have a couple of technology who are being implemented in Rwanda, basically related to surgical. Before we start this conference, we had a pre-conference workshop yesterday whereby we were sharing experiences and the hands-on on using minimal invasive surgery. This is one of technology gynecologists, obstetricians, but also surgeons are using to conduct minimally invasive surgery and then reduction of morbidity by doing this intervention. So this is something gonna be discussed, but also we will be having some experience with colleagues from also of the country whereby they support surgery remotely using telemedicine. It's going to be also discussed during this conference, and also in collaboration with different partners, we want to bring some of the technology in the country so that can be implemented in terms of helping the current surgery here in Rwanda.
Professor Anne Kihara is the president of the International Federation of Gynecology and Obstetrics. She points out that no mother should lose her life giving birth because women are a core for sustainable development.
I believe girls and women are the core for sustainable development. I want to expound on this. We have been given a privilege as women to actually give birth. But we realize and recognize in a lot of countries, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa, women get pregnant and they tend to die during pregnancy or at childbirth. And it is very clear, no woman should die giving birth. As if that's not enough, we really need to concert our efforts together to actually give a better outcome for both mothers and women and to make that experience a joyous one. The reason being, not only are you saving the life of the mother and the child, you're actually upholding families. And definitely, if she has a good outcome, she's able to quickly go back and even be gainfully productive within the homestead that ripples or has ripple effects even to national development agenda. So for me, anywhere where we can improve quality of healthcare for women, children, and including adolescents, you will find us there. Primary health coverage seriously begins to look at promotion of health and prevention of diseases. We have been focusing for the longest on curative medicine, but moving more and more now to primary health care. It then makes you have the engagement of communities and individuals in their own health service delivery. So monitoring your own blood pressure, knowing your own weight, knowing your own body mass index, knowing what maybe even your blood glucose is, knowing physical exercise and diet and lifestyle has a main contributant to disease. So in trying to keep populations healthy, this is really where we're trying to plug in more and more innovations.
Statistics from the World Health Organization shows that every 2 minutes, one woman loses her life while giving birth. Enora Gladys, RwandaTV News.
Once again, we are glad that you stood with us during this RwandaTV News session, and on behalf of the news production team and the technical team, would like to thank you once again. On me bringing to you the news is Martina Abera. Stay safe and have a great night.